Okay, it is that time. Once again, we're at the end of the month. It's the end of September, which is a little bit scary, but it's time to talk about all of the interesting things that have happened over the last month in the photography space. And we're also going to jump in with a little bit of August stuff as well. So we didn't do one of these at the end of August. Let's talk about all of the new interesting things that have been happening. We'll start where we always start, which is with new products that have come out. And there are a lot of interesting new products from a lot of different brands. Let's start with Canon. Now, we've seen some new lenses and some new cameras from Canon over the last couple of months. We of course saw the new Canon C80, which is a lovely little cinema camera, absolutely able to be handheld, kind of an all-in-one system with the screen included on the camera, a follow-up to the C70, which is already a great camera, but the C80 really does have some pretty massive upgrades with things like autofocus and a bunch of quality of life stuff. It's a lovely camera if you really want to go down the video route. And of course, as an RF system, there's loads of lenses available for it now. But of course, there are new lenses available for it as well, because we saw the new RF 28 to 70mm f2.8, a lovely lens, which I think is actually really exciting because it's a more accessible, little bit more affordable f2.8 zoom lens in that Canon RF range. And that gives you more choice to the kind of lens you want to go for. If you don't want to go for the L lens, right, the 24-70 f2.8, because it is, you know, twice the price pretty much, or around that. You've got this new option, the 28-70, you lose the 4mm at the wide end, but you still get a nice fast f2.8 lens. It's nice and small, it's nice and lightweight, and if you're coming from a kit lens, this would be a massive upgrade. Now, we also saw new lenses from Sigma as well, and staying on the Canon theme for a second, we saw their new RF-S lens, the 10 to 18mm f2.8, fantastic for lots of different things. There's of course an APS-C, a crop sensor lens, so designed for cameras like the R7. But if you want a nice wide angle zoom, but this is a great all-rounder lens again for video, for photos, f2.8 aperture, so you've got a nice fast aperture there. Lots of versatility with this one. And of course, the new 28 to 105 f2.8 art lens. Now, this is a beautiful lens, a really stunning bit of glass that is incredibly versatile. Again, you're losing that 4mm on the wide end, but it's so much longer, 28 to 105 f2.8. Not as big and heavy as you would probably think. Obviously a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger than, for example, the 24-70 G Master Mark II, which is what I'm using right now, but with all that extra reach, all that extra versatility, this is the kind of lens that I could see professionals using for such a massive array of stuff. I know I'd use it every day, all kinds of stuff. This stuff, landscape, portrait, there's so many possibilities with a lens like that. Now, sticking with lenses for a second, we also saw the new Sony 85mm f1.4 G Master Mark II. Now, the original, the Mark I, one of my favorite lenses for portraits and actually just an all-rounder great lens. The Mark II is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit lighter, it feels better in the hands, and there are some actual significant improvements when it comes to the optics and certainly things like the autofocus speed of the lens. The original one, the Mark I, came out quite a long time ago actually. It's one of the older prime lenses, so it's probably due an upgrade. We've seen upgrades on some of the other lenses in the Sony range. It's lovely to see an upgrade to this one. Now, okay, cameras, lenses, all very exciting, but we saw some other pretty exciting stuff coming out. DJI brought out a new drone, the Neo. We reviewed it. I've got to say, I loved it. It's affordable, it's incredibly small and lightweight. It's so easy to just pop it in your bag when you're going out and not really worry about whether you're actually going to use it. You can control it with your phone, so you don't even have to bring the controller if you don't want to. Just take it out. All good, and it doesn't cost that much compared to other drones, but you're still getting some really quite decent video quality and photo quality on the drone. I was a huge fan of this drone. I actually really enjoyed my time with it. You can check out the full review on our YouTube channel, but absolutely, if you're interested in getting a drone, this one is worth your time. And we've even seen some new Leica products as well. So actually, just as recent as this week, we saw the new Leica Q3 43. Same great Q3 camera with all the lovely stuff that comes with, but now with a 43mm f2 lens on the front of it rather than the 28mm. If you want a slightly longer lens, you want slightly more reach out of that lens, it's a great option. It's not going to be for everyone. Some people prefer the 28mm, some people prefer the 43mm, but I think it's really fun and really nice to see Leica giving options like that. And along with that, we also saw the new M11 D as well. You can check all of these products out. There'll be links down in the description to go and take a look. But we also took a look at some other things over the course of the last couple of months. Of course, there's been loads of Tutorial Tuesdays. We've been talking about things like editing in Lightroom, whether that's with luminosity masks, the calibration tool, why it's so useful, how to denoise your photos with basically one click in Lightroom. We've looked at things like landscape composition. We've got a new video all about getting started with Lightroom Classic, taking you through from first setting it up, the first time you actually go to start the program, actually setting up a catalog and building everything out and setting everything up the way you want it to be, all the way through to editing your photos, all updated to 2024 with all the latest updates, covering everything you need to know to get you started with Lightroom Classic. We looked at some comparison videos, the R1 versus the R5 II, the R5 versus the R5 II. We took a look at the tripod that I use every day for all of these videos, the three-legged thing, Charles 2.0. And actually around Park Cameras, we've had some pretty fun events going on. So for example, we had Wildlife Day in our Burgess Hill store, which is a nice big event where we've got speakers who come to talk about all kinds of different things. We've got a Birds of Prey display actually at the store, which you can come and take photos of the birds, check out all the latest and greatest kit. There's loads of stuff going on. And we had our Kent Cookery School event as well in collaboration with Sony, where you can get some hands-on with loads of different Sony kit, whether you want to check out lenses, cameras, take photos of food. There's lots of stuff to photograph. That was a great event. It's a lot of fun. And we've got another one coming up, which you can check out on our events page. We'll pop links to all this stuff down in the description just to make it a little bit easier. Now, of course, we are now into autumn. Things are changing. The weather has changed quite a lot. It's no longer that kind of sunny, warm, lovely summer vibe. I think we all get it. It's very rainy, there's a lot of wind, but that does give a lot of opportunity for some pretty interesting landscape photography, and I'm very excited about that. That's probably what I'm going to be focusing on over the next sort of couple of months, is going out, taking some dramatic landscape photos, taking advantage of the kind of crazy weather, trying to take some different kind of autumn photos to the stuff I've taken in the past. But I'd love to know, what are you going to be shooting over the next couple of months? What is going to catch your eye out there in the world? Or are you going to stay inside? There's loads of stuff to photograph inside. That's always a totally valid option as well. So I'd love to know. Let me know down in the comments. Also, any of these new products catch your eye? Let me know. I'd love to know what's interesting to you guys. Of course, we're going to have loads of videos coming up over the next couple of months, Tutorial Tuesdays, reviews, all kinds of stuff, to be honest. There's loads of stuff going on. Make sure to keep it logged to Park Cameras so you don't miss out on any of that stuff. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, because there's new stuff all the time. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, as always, thanks for watching.